GG's The Mouthful podcast is brought to you by GoodGame.Tech, the most welcoming gaming community on Facebook. Join the conversation at www.goodgame.tech. Welcome back, everybody. This is not Arnaldo, but this is GG's The Mouthful podcast. None of you are going to give me a GG?
Oh, GG!
We started, guys. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Wake up, guys. Wake up. Come on.
Hear that?
It's Friday night. It's 8:10. I know we're starting late.
That's right.
But that doesn't mean that the show must continue.
Nothing stops the signal.
My name is David, a.k.a. Dream Twister. Here joined by my host, actually. I'm taking over host duties today. Just for a little bit. Just to try how this is going.
How's that host chair feeling?
Man, it is tremendous. I have the power. The power glove.
No.
It's so bad.
Don't ruin it.
Those voices that you're listening, as I said, are Arnaldo Martin, a.k.a. Mad Dog.
What?
And Krista Monstanez, a.k.a. Shadow 24/7.
It's not bad though.
That's pretty good. What were you having? Or Shadow 24/7? Shadow 24/7.
No, I said you
awesome.
don't sound bad though.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
I think he's a great host.
I think I was born for this.
Were you gonna retire now?
Yeah, I think
I can retire into the sunset.
I might actually do a Splinter podcast.
Wait, no.
Oh,
That's good though.
The Mouthful.
That is very good. This gives them practice for your vacation.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what
This
it
is
is.
perfect. All right.
So while I'm out there living la vida dolce,
La vida dolce.
You'll
La
be out
buena
here.
vita. Is that what you say it?
well,
I don't know how to speak
Bono?
Italian. So what is it? C'est la vie?
c'est la vie.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Although I
So,
think that's French, but yeah.
for those of you who are tuning in, welcome. It's good to have you here. I was going for welcome to CD17, from Half-Life 2. Yo, you never play Half-Life 2. You guys don't know what I'm talking about.
Crickets.
You guys, you play Half-Life 2.
No,
No?
I've heard of it
Guys,
enough.
You guys are not helping me. Anyway, Mr.
We're
Martin,
not helping.
Sir.
where can people find us if they want to know or they want to join?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You can go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. It takes you right to our Facebook group. Also, we are on YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play, the podcast itself. Also, there are links in the Facebook group, also in our Instagram, which is Good Game Gamer Group, to Lip Sync. So it takes you right to our service. That's where the magic happens.
That's
guys.
where we host,
That's where we host.
and they're not
yes.
paying us for any of these advertisements. So
Oh no,
screw that.
no. We're users.
They're kind of expensive.
no,
No, I'm kidding.
This is a user review, if you will.
Oh, there you go. And this is the reason why he's the boss. He knows exactly all the locations of our podcast, of our Facebook, of our socials. You know how it is. But definitely join us. We are a very friendly bunch over here. You might say the most welcoming site, the most welcoming group on Facebook.
I would go so far as to say the internet.
In the internet, I might go
yeah.
out to say the metaverse, the universe, the multiverse.
We'll go with the multiverse,
Yeah,
which
let's
is
go with the
multiple
multiverse.
universes.
Yes. And as always, we're going to start the show with what have we been up to? Mr. Martin, would you allow me to speak about what I have been up to?
By all
today?
means.
All right, sounds good. So, what have I been up to? I have been playing a metric ton of Bayonetta, actually.
Damn.
Yes, that has been my jam this whole week because I'm in a mission. I want to play the second one. I played Bayonetta to completion when it came out on 360, and I have like great memories of it. But I realized that game, it was good, on 360. I kind of remember it running better than it actually runs. So now that you get the opportunity to play it on the Switch, I never played it on the.
It's a proper port, no?
It is a very proper port. It is locked at 60 for almost most of, for the most part. It is beautiful. It plays great. The story, which I used to tout it as being completely nonsensical and you don't have to worry about it. understanding it a little bit more. I don't know if it's playing it for the second time or it's just me actually paying more attention to the story. It is captivating enough. You do want to know what happens next. You know, it is interesting. It is, I'm not going to say the best video game story because obviously it isn't. It's still a Japanese game. Let's be real. Sorry. But it is very good. It is very good. So I finished it last night at 3 a.m. And that's why I'm sounding probably like a zombie. It is because I have no sleep almost, but it was completely worth it. I think I posted it. For the longest time I have had this division of, okay, what is my favorite game of all time? It was always between StarCraft, which I can only relate to the single player because I was never good at the multiplayer. It was always between StarCraft and Bayonetta because that game left a very good impression the first time I played it. I think I'm going to lean towards Bayonetta just because it is the most,
Accessible.
I mean, it's the most fun that I've had. It's a game that, again, it's Hidemi Kamiya, I believe is the director of it.
Oh,
he also directed Nier Automata, which shouldn't come as a surprise.
Yes.
But I would say
some would say this is a bias.
this
opinion,
game
but-
is this Bayonetta is metric ton above Nier, as far as in every conceivable way. Maybe I would say almost including the music of Nier was fantastic, but I would say the music of Bayonetta was always on point. It always made you feel really, really good about what was happening. So yeah, I can't say enough good things. Now I'm ready to tackle Bayonetta 2, which I intend to try to do tonight. If I get the opportunity, I want to try to, edit the podcast early and get it done with so I can, sit down and enjoy a little bit. So I'm like super excited to play it. Another thing, or another game that I've been spending more time with also was, surprisingly enough, Final Fantasy 15 demo on PC.
Oh,
It's actually really good. I mean, let me rephrase that. The port is really good. The game is still Final Fantasy 15. So take that for whatever that means to you. I'm just saying, if you had an interest on playing Final Fantasy 15, you haven't yet, but you're still curious. I never said it was a bad game. I believe I mentioned it in a couple podcasts ago.
Oh, yeah, it's not a bad game, but
No.
it could also,
It's not.
have some work.
It's a very elegant game when you think about it. It's just some of the intricacies of it, some of the gameplay elements. They don't. In my opinion, it might be different, but in my opinion, they don't like gel very well, with one another. But the game is very elegant and it's still an interesting story, and it still has cooler characters than
13?
than any other fan. Well, yeah, especially 13, but especially 10, which was horrendous. And yeah. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, you guys are more than welcome to. The demo is available. I think the game releases on March the 6th. And what else? I watch a movie. Oh yes, I watched an animated movie. And sorry, let me take it back. I watched an anime movie.
anime.
I
Oh,
don't know. It's the anime called Your Name.
oh, okay.
Yes.
Nice.
I watched. Did you watch it, Shadow?
No, but I almost bought it at Walmart.
It's worth it. Let me tell you, this is not going to be an action pack. This is not sci-fi or anything that your mind goes to immediately almost automatically when you think of anime. This is kind of like a romantic story.
Okay.
There was a relationships, story. I wanted to watch it because I've heard that it was the top grossing anime movie of all time. And I mentioned my niece, she's a huge anime fan, and I mentioned it to her, and she saw it, and she thought it was something like very, very special. She loved it. She loved it so much she has watched it like 4 times already.
Damn.
Yeah, since time. So in a back of 2 weeks, to watch it 4 times. So I saw it. It is difficult to talk about without spoiling stuff. So I almost don't want to go into it. The general description is the lives of these two students from different parts of Japan that for some reason of fate,
Some mystical reason.
for some mystical reason, they
Stars
exchange.
aligned.
Yeah, exactly. Stars align, and they change bodies basically. So he will every now and then he will wake up as her, and vice versa. So it is. I know it's gonna sound very not manly to say, but I can't think of any other way to describe it. It's a cute movie.
That's a cute movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong
So
with
that
Fair
means
enough.
you guys don't have to watch it. This is not like an endorsement. Hey, if you want to watch something different, if you guys know about what I'm talking about and can appreciate the art of the drawing, for example, it's probably one of the best that I've ever seen in anime.
Nice.
Yeah, because anime tends to have this quality, which is the good ones are really good, but you tend to use a lot of reused frames.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget they're starting to use a lot of CGI now.
And yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is I'm not sure how I feel about that in a lot of cases. Even in the cases where they
Sometimes it
got
looks
very
good. Like I know I mentioned this quite a few times, but
Usually.
Knights of Sidonia is actually a really
Oh
good,
yeah, I've heard of
really
Knights of
good
Sidonia.
version of
Yes.
CGI because it took me a while before I noticed it was CGI.
Yeah. I've heard very good things, very crazy things about that particular anime.
It's
Oh,
on
yeah.
Netflix.
Or
Check it out.
Yes. it's on
yeah.
Netflix.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. On this one, you can see it's almost like every frame of the animation was meticulously drawn to the point that it looks really good. If for that, if anything, watch it for that.
Okay.
I will recommend it.
There's one thing I can chime in on when it comes to anime is, well, I would say most
animation,
animated.
yeah.
But more specifically on Japanese animation is that, like, when you see a film, you know what I mean? It may, the camera may pan over something and, it may be just to kind of give you the size of the room or something like that. Or sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes it's just panning over. In a animated film, if it's panning over something, all that was drawn. So
there's no constraint. There's no camera constraint.
Correct.
Right?
Well, that's not what I mean. What I'm trying to say is that everything you're seeing is put there for a reason.
Oh yes,
You
yes.
see what I'm
yes.
saying? So
Yeah.
it's not just, it happens to be a background. No, that
Yeah.
background was hand drawn. So
Oh my
there's
god!
reasons
I'm so
why.
glad that you said that.
Yeah, there's reasons why you're viewing these things, and that's why when you see specifically Japanese anime, but animation in general, keep in mind that sometimes you run into a scenario where, like, why are we looking? Which is why, and this is another reason why with Japanese animation, especially that last night I saw an episode of Ghost in the Shell, and I was seeing it with Nelson's sister, and of course there's a shot where it's like literally a crotch shot, and instantly I'm like, yeah, this is obviously for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But those are unfortunate reasons that are also put in there. But most of the time, like I said, anything that's put on screen for you that's animated, it's there for a reason. And sometimes, especially, honestly, that's why the first Ghost in the Shell film was so great, because there are moments you're seeing just imagery of the city, and you're like, why are we watching it? Because in your head as a cartoon, why are we staring at this? I'm like,
Oh my
hello,
God.
the director and animators are showing you something. You're not paying attention.
You're not getting the message.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
you're gonna find a lot of symbolism like that.
Yeah.
And there's
So, I have
a lot of
a,
shots that are exactly
A
that.
movie that you should watch. It's an anime movie,
Uh,
and it's called Paprika.
Oh, Paprika.
You seen it?
That's
I'm
I think, if I'm
behind
not
on my
mistaken, it's a
anime.
Studio Ghibli, isn't it?
No, I don't think. No,
No,
I don't think so.
Paprika. Paprika.
Paprika.
Like the season.
You guys, as you guys reach for your phones.
Yeah, this is America now.
Going,
guys.
checking
this
to
is the
see
world
where it's
now,
coming. Where paprika. I'm sure it's paprika. Anyway,
No, it is. I don't know how you pronounce it. I say paprika just to be funny.
just to be proper.
Yeah.
It's
it's
Italian, I know.
No, it's not a studio.
Not Studio
Ghibli
Ghibli? Okay.
The
but it's a good movie.
So if you guys get the opportunity to watch just for the appreciation of the art, and it is a special movie. I feel like at the end you'll be satisfied. You'll be satisfied. Not for everyone. This is not Robotech or
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not sci-fi. There's not. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, there's no Godzilla monsters.
Okay.
All right, so that's pretty much all I've been doing. Shadow, do you have anything that you want to share with us that you've been doing this week?
I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. Mostly,
Fortnite looks really good now. I heard.
yes. Oh my
yes.
God, yes.
Oh yes.
Mostly
Talk to
for
us.
mostly the base game because I haven't played in a while, and one you get V-Bucks, which is the in-game currency for it.
Apologies.
Plus they still have the events going on. Those are limited, and you want to get those done too.
Yeah, because it won't be there.
Yeah, I won't be there for a while. So it has a really big graphics buff.
I heard.
Yeah,
I heard
You
it's
can see
looking,
it.
like,
Even the
seriously-
map, you can, because they added a few new locations that makes the map look like expanded and kind of weird when you're not used to it. But you see it's very vibrant. It looks realistic. You can see trees on the map. You can see the mountains and hills.
You guys, so they bumped the view distance. I also heard they bumped the frame rate. I heard
Really?
it's 60
Yes, they did.
frames per
For-
second now.
On console?
everything. Yes.
Whoa.
Well, it's
Nelly.
it's a toggle in the settings.
Well, it should be on by default.
Yeah, exactly.
but it's-
if
it's
you
a
can have it,
toggle.
why would
Yeah.
you not?
Yeah.
Well, especially since if your system can work with it, then yes.
Yeah, I think I think the goal I'm not super deep into the happenings of Fortnite, but I think their goal is to just have it a 60 frame per second game shooter as it
Especially
as it
since
should-
how it
should be
looks
for them.
now.
Yeah.
Because it's a cartoonish game, but you can see like it's realistic. You see the grass looks so nice. The lighting, you'll see what it, because in Fortnite when you play battle royale, the days change when
yeah.
you're playing, so you can see it turning from night and day, and the lighting, the way it works, the
ambient lighting.
the storm.
Oh,
It's like really purplish. You can see it like moving like clouds and everything
Oh,
coming
wow.
over like a. I don't really like. I guess like the best way to describe it is like have you seen like glitter nail polish being mixed, kind of like that? I don't know how to really explain
I
it.
love the
but like something,
I can picture it in my head. Glitter
like-
Yeah,
and
I
then
can
well,
too.
but like something in the water, like the way it moves.
the replay. Oh yeah, that they have that the
ripple
glitter
effect?
Yeah. And the glitter. Actually, I don't know how it's described. Yeah,
I
you're
know,
right.
but,
You're right. I
but
know
you
what you
can
mean.
see it looks
It
nice.
looks sparkly. It looks sparkly.
sparkly.
And
Sparkly
they
water,
recently
like
came
fizzy
out
water.
with a event called Solid Gold, which every weapon you pick up are legendaries.
Oh,
Every weapon.
so this is all
insane.
yeah.
So yeah,
Everyone for themselves.
yeah, pretty much.
And you get a legendary. And you get a legendary. And you get a legendary. Everybody gets a legendary.
Everybody.
The
gets
best
a
part
legendary.
out of all this is that one of the people that I play, they recently got Fortnite this week, and in the first 3 games that we played on the third one, we won a squad match.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Cool,
Okay.
cool.
Congrats.
Because he watched a lot of PUBG,
Winner,
so he
winner,
kinda
chicken
knows a
dinner.
bit.
Oh, wait a minute. That's
Yeah.
the wrong game.
Pretty much, but it
But
was.
you deserve a chicken dinner.
And so we were, following. We're all great teamwork. I wish I was streaming it so you can see that beautiful win.
Do they still have that 50-50? Or was that
No,
temporary?
it's just
that was
temporary. They're all different
Oh.
game modes. So
I don't understand that having a temporary stuff when...
well, it's kind of like when
on a
Overwatch
rotation.
used to have the weekly brawls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These
yeah,
are
yeah.
different little things that it's good to mix up the
To keep you interested.
Yeah, exactly.
No, and I guess you're right. When it comes to if you just put in a bunch of modes, people are gonna go directly toward the modes that they're more familiar.
In other words,
and
what happened?
some
in
cool
Overwatch.
modes are gonna be completely abandoned.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're right. You're
This
right.
way,
It's why,
those
if you notice, it's why they took out the little tally marks in the arcade in Overwatch because they didn't want to show people the less popular.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. On the arcade.
yeah, the arcade.
So
It used to have little tally marks when it would show its popularity, like who was in it. But
Like-
then they took it out.
like kills.
no tally. You know what tally?
Yeah, I know a tally, but a tally. What was it tallying for?
To show the popularity.
The popularity,
of it.
like how many people are in it versus another mode.
Oh, okay, wow,
Yes.
yeah, no.
In other words, to show how long it's gonna take to get into a game. Yada, yada.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they took that out.
So anyway,
Took it out.
we were towards the end because the circle was closing, so we just start building right in the middle of the small circle, just building, and I don't know, we hear shots, and one of my teammates are down,
Oh, wow.
and we're just like, oh my god. So, the platform was a little off the ground a bit because so I'm like, let me put building around it because we killed them, and we're just like, all right, let's just start building around their loot. Just build around their loot, doesn't matter. And then my friend, he got the last shot.
Nice.
The best part about that is I saved them. Because before we killed the people who came behind us, they took all 3 of my teammates out. I'm the only one left, and I destroyed them.
Nice. Nice.
Good one.
Good
I need
job.
to-
Teamwork. That's why
we need
I
to go
saved
back.
it, though. I did save the video.
Oh, good. So you should
Yeah.
post it.
Definitely,
post
but I
it,
have to
hell yeah.
edit it.
Oh, that's fine.
And I wish I was streaming it.
Curse you, Monster Hunter, from taking us away from playing other games.
You play Bayonetta.
Well, I mean, it's
So-
all hail the mighty Bayonetta.
I guess
And
my-
all their crotch shots that it gives you. Like,
it's out of
Again.
all the pictures you could have posted.
I know.
Again.
I kind of posted one, and people are like freaking out, like, "What is that?" I'm like,
No, I
"Dude,
knew
I
what
just
it-
happened to
I knew
frame
what
it
it
at the wrong
was.
time or at the right time."
I knew
I
what it
think it
was.
was
That's
meant to
why
be the
I
right
was
time.
laughing when
I
I saw. I'm
think-
like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Again, the director wants you to see what's on the screen.
It's her hair. She uses. Amy
that doesn't-
Alexander, huge fan of Bayonetta. Also,
Yeah, yeah, so she
loves Bayonetta. Also,
So,
mad props to Amy.
she
She had good taste in it. She likes Dragon Age also.
it's
Anyway.
good. Come on, man, that's good.
Bayonetta.
So,
yeah.
I've been doing the usual ARC stuff, and as of today, actually, I
ARC.
fixed one of my controllers.
What do you mean you fixed it? Did
I-
you slam that against the wall?
no,
Damn this arc.
one of my controllers, it was out of commission for a while because it had like the sticky analog.
The sticky analog.
Yeah, when it would like
We've all been there.
when it would like kind of feel like it was lagging or something when
Yeah.
it's not. So I took it apart today, used canned air to clean it out and everything, put it back together, and it works
Work
fine
good.
now.
Good job.
You know, you mentioned the everybody praises the Nintendo Pro controller for the Switch. Oh, it's comfortable, which it is, and it is magnificent. This is probably one of the best controllers. That controller, I feel like it's laggy as hell. Like when I was playing Bayonetta, which you need to be like super with the
Buttons,
reflex, and I noticed. I got old. I'm terrible. I'm not even caring anymore for the score because the game keeps a tally. It keeps it tells you how you did basically. I basically not caring because I feel like I don't have the reflexes. Maybe I'm the laggy one. Yeah. But I always I felt like whenever I was pressing the button, there was a perceptible lag on it, which makes me uncomfortable.
do you think that they should be making wire controllers, considering there's a USB port on the Switch?
They should. Well, you can wire your controller to a USB,
Well,
but
yes.
I don't know. I don't know if it's still operating through that USB cable, or if that's just for charging and it's still Bluetooth.
Well, it's like with the PC because you can charge your controller on
No,
your
yeah.
PC, but you can also use it too.
But you could use it because it's transmitting your input entries through the cable. But for example, on the case of PlayStation, I've heard, I could be wrong, but you correct me if I'm wrong, that is all you're doing is charging it. You still sending the input
On what though?
on the
The
PlayStation.
PlayStation controller, yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
I've heard
All
that
you're
too.
doing is charging because it's meant to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't. Although it does link it, which has done it for me. Like sometimes, for whatever reason, the PlayStation controller just wipes out. Like I try to turn it
Yeah.
on, it's not turning anything on. So I have to plug it in, and then when I turn it on, it turns on.
Oh, yeah,
It's a lot easier to link
So
it.
it does
through.
sync it.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to happen, that often for me. But yeah, that Nintendo controller, I don't think it's super great. I think it's a must because there's nothing else. you know.
I mean, your
Totally.
best bet is you can also put the Joy-Cons on their charger pad.
The Joy-Cons on the side. I play games with the Joy-Cons on the pad, and the problem with that is that my hands start getting crampy. It's not ergonomic.
Yeah, it's meant for. Remember,
Yeah.
you know, most Nintendo stuff is meant for kids.
You know that you're getting old where you're thinking about, my controller should be ergonomic. It should feel good in my hand when I'm holding it.
Well, if you
Should be
can put
pleasurable.
if you can play with your mouse and keyboard, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, no, I'm kidding. What? So the mouse and keyboard, yeah. No, the mouse and keyboard. Well, mouse and keyboard, it's
I
cramping.
mean, you
yeah, it's
can
cramping.
for Fortnite though. They don't stop that action on console.
On console?
No, they do not.
Cheater.
stop
No
it.
chicken dinner.
On the contrary, I'm sure they chicken dinner all the time.
So that's
Mr. Martin.
that's what I've been doing.
Mr. Martin.
I have been playing more Monster Hunter.
Shocking.
I'm about
Yeah, more Monster Hunter?
70
Yeah, I know.
hours plus in
Jesus,
to Monster Hunter.
So at 100, you can say, okay.
Right now I have no desire to stop. Shout out to Danny, to Gilberto, to who else? Oh, Chackrod, who we were all hunting this week, and I finally got to see a mega size Anjanath, which was about double the size of regular
Ameka?
Anjanath.
Anjanath?
Yeah, it was like ridiculous.
Ameka?
Mega.
Oh.
Mega.
I thought it was like a robotic Anjanath. I was like,
Was it
this
as,
game got real now.
Yeah, that would be real.
Was it as big as Godzilla?
No, not that big. Not that big. But yeah,
He was hitting his toes.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I have been using now more often the Switch Axe because I'm really starting to enjoy that. The automatic crossbow, I still have it for range, whatever. If I want to do a range attack, but realistically, it's a harder weapon to use.
I love
than you
that
would
they
think,
call
yeah.
it the automatic crossbow when in reality it's more like,
Yeah.
well, if the crossbow had a bump stock, then that's what you're using basically. there.
Correct. Well, the other one, the heavy crossbow, which is really just a
minigun?
A minigun, yeah.
I know it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
They can't cut, there's no bullets in the world of Monster Hunter, so it's using arrows. Sure, yeah, that's what it is.
It's not. I'm actually crafting bullets. You have to craft
bullet,
bullets.
but they
Yeah,
still
yeah.
call it a crossbow.
The automatic crossbow, believe it or not, I'm finding out is actually something for you may be interested in. Is actually considered a support weapon.
Really?
Yes, because there's a lot of ammunition that there's recover ammunition. Well, I can recover ammunition and shoot all my people with me and
Oh.
help.
Wait.
Yeah.
Bullets that heal?
Bullets that
Oh
heal.
no, this game, I'm out. I don't deal very well with anything that is ballistic that heals you.
Well,
it's same thing with that was the problem with that. With
That's where the
But-
crossbow thing comes in.
Because the thing is,
Let me
that
show an
when
arrow
you play the
that will heal
crossbow, you have to stand back. You're mostly
The
longer
crossbow is
range.
actually you can stand further away. The automated or this one, the
that's
crossbow.
kind of ridiculous.
Who cares?
Not
It's,
really.
I mean,
'cause
yeah,
what
right.
happens
Who
if
cares? At the
you're-
end of the day, it's not supposed to be
'Cause
super. It's
first
not
off,
supposed to be realistic. It's a
What
game,
happens
but
if
kinda silly.
none of your teammates have the healing?
Well,
healing
it's like on Overwatch. You have Anna, which is supposed to shoot you with a sniper
people don't use it that
and
way.
heal you.
Oh, I mean, it could be a little dart
A little dart of
that
love.
has a little bit of health in it.
This is the whole thing of
With a whole potion in
Is the division also has the magical pistol or thing that you want to heal your teammate? Well, just shoot him with.
Oh yeah. By the
There-
way, let's
there's-
let's put like a big pill in the hand cannons.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're throwing. They're throwing pills.
So I've
here.
been using that a little bit more, and I've been trying the Switch Axe, and I'm trying to get into that automatic cross. But I just found that out because I've discovered so many freaking bullets. I'm like, holy crap! There's ammunition for everything here.
I got a
So,
bullet with your name.
But
on
it's
it.
not. It's
Bullet with
it's
a
not a
name.
gun like you would normally think about. But
Gilberto was that?
So anyway, no, that's really all I've been doing. I haven't even watched. My wife had
No
surgery.
movies?
No, my wife had surgery recently, so
Oh,
yeah, I wasn't able
snap.
to do much. It was really just caring for her. So any chance I had, I was like, she fell asleep. Oh, Monster Hunter it is. so
No,
yeah.
honey, you need to relax and
Actually,
so I
wow,
can play.
I did.
I mean,
So
so
I
I
can
can
play.
play better.
I actually did miss something. How could I miss the most important?
Whoa,
Oh.
rewind.
I saw Black Panther.
Oh, you did.
I-
Oh, okay.
How Black Panther?
Black Panther.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I saw
okay,
it.
all right.
I saw it on my brother's
Bla-
birthday, but that was like last week.
Mhm.
So
Impression.
I love it.
Oh
love
yes,
It's really
Like
it's
especially
hard not to love
you
that
know, you know his sister's little
Sure.
area.
good. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Her
Like I don't want to explain because we don't know if that's because some of it's kind of spoilerish.
Well,
Eh,
let's
screw
not
it.
leave
No,
it
no,
in
just kidding.
your sister's little area because that's
no,
weird.
we will probably if you guys haven't done your spoiler cast yet, we can do
Jesus
that.
Christ. Actually, yeah, we should probably do a spoiler cast.
I might need to watch it again then. And we are back. And I don't know why I sound like a freaking.
You know, I feel
Let me
like
just take it back.
You sound like the
I feel
guy
like
from
we should all be like taking turns.
Good Morning
doing this.
Vietnam.
Really,
No, not
I'm gonna
doing
start
no.
that because that sounds
The-
ridiculous.
Really? Oh, okay.
we can take turns doing this.
Oh yeah, you want to? All right. Yeah, take it away. Jay.
No,
The news.
She said not now. I was just saying for the future.
no, I'm good. You already started.
All right. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead. No, I can do it. It's time for the news.
Oh, snap.
Oh snap! We are going to talk about the news right now as soon as I pull up my news bulletin thing. So, Shadow, why don't you start us? What do you have for us?
Someone who's not ready, apparently.
No, apparently not. I don't even know why I started that.
All right, so I'm gonna start us
segment.
off with PlayStation's PlayStation Plus lineup.
Oh,
for
that's
the fall.
always good to,
That's
to
always
start.
good,
Yeah,
yeah. Hell yeah.
absolutely.
Yes, very good, short, sweet, and simple. And we do have a little news on PlayStation Plus
Oh.
from here on out.
Oh.
I will mention it after.
Because-
So, starting with, our one true and only PlayStation 4.
Okay.
So we're going to be having Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank. I've already had them both.
Oh,
I know.
I already
So I,
own
hope
them both.
so I already
yeah.
have everyone, enjoy it. Enjoy your games.
However, I know a lot of people that
That
they
don't
don't
have,
have it, yeah, because those are not the typical type of games that they will spend money on.
Mm-hmm.
Now that they're free, go freaking grab them.
If you have
There's
PlayStation
no
Plus,
excuse.
'Cause you know what's
Give
going to
both of them
happen
a
with
shot.
Bloodborne?
Yes.
You're going to be crying tears of pain, but happiness because you got it for free.
yeah, no, you get it, Bloodborne for free. It's, I mean,
I mean, if you've
Anything
ever been
for
on the
free.
fence about it, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
If you've been on the fence about like, oh, I don't know if that type of game is for me.
if $5
It's
every time they
freaking
put in a
free.
$5 sale is too it's too high for your blood.
Yeah.
Then
Now
get
you,
it free.
You technically
Yeah.
own it now.
Yeah, yeah.
So just try it out.
Yeah.
And give it a shot. And then of course Ratchet and Clank. Pff, hello.
Ratchet
Yeah.
Clank is a great game,
That's a great
especially
game,
if you have a PlayStation Pro. That game looks amazing, Tron, on it. So definitely check it out. And speaking of,
And you know what? If you've never seen the movie, you can actually play the movie this time.
actually, if you've never seen the movie, that's good. You
count
keep
your
it that way.
blessings.
Count your blessings.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You can play the movie instead, and
Yes.
the game's a lot better.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Exactly.
So for PlayStation 3, you get Legend of K and Mighty Number 9, which is also cross-buy. So if you didn't want to
skip
get
those.
it because of we all know why, now you can get it for free. And now
And
I
if
get to
you-
try without spending money.
And if you've been on the fence about getting Mighty Number 9, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Why are you on the fence? Just let it
As
go.
Reggie Fils-Aimé will say, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
And finally, on PlayStation Vita, which is always cross-buy, you get Claire Extended Cut and Bombing Busters.
Oh, you know what I love about the PlayStation Pro, the PlayStation,
Vita.
no, the whole
the Plus,
subscription thing
yes.
is the fact that not only you get games for the PlayStation 4, but if you own a PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation Vita or a PlayStation Vita, you still get support for those games. You know, you still get games for that, which is awesome. Which is the only reason I'm subscribed to that service is because they still support the Vita. Because they still support the Vita, period. Yeah.
So, on news on PlayStation.
Yes, I'm listening.
That was quite the setup,
Anyways.
yeah.
Anyways, so news on PlayStation Plus starting March 8th, which is next Thursday.
You get 2 more
PS3
Vita.
and Vita games will no longer be included
No.
in.
March 8th of next year. It's
Oh, next year.
2019,
My
yeah,
bad. Next year.
2019.
Next year. I didn't see 2019. I just
Yeah.
saw. So next year, my bad. Thank you for correcting me. PS3 and Vita games will no longer be included in the lineup.
Well, that's bullshit. See, this is where we can't have nice things. Why, Sony? Would you stop supporting your number 10 most popular console that you have released, the PlayStation Vita? Tell me about that.
Yes, because
What kind of crap is that?
The Vita.
you are a proud owner
Yeah,
of the Vita.
because
correct?
Almost
I
all.
own the Vita for like 2 weeks, and then I returned.
Most Vita games are actually Japanese games too.
Yeah. Well,
So,
But I hope does
that's
this
crap.
bring more?
We're getting less. We're getting less. We're still paying
I'm
the
thinking
same.
no, but does it? No, but does this mean that we get more like PlayStation exclusives or just less games in general?
Yeah, let's get in general from the sound of
I
it.
think first off, the fact that they've given us a year gives them some time to figure out what they're going to put along with it. Because I'm pretty sure they know that this was not going to be 100% well received. So they're like, hey, let's let them know now. So one, you have a year, which technically
For a
means you're going to
year,
have
12
24
or 24
more
more,
Vita games and 24 more PS3 games
Not only
coming
that,
to you.
I'm sure there are people who didn't actually like the ones from the other consoles too. There are
Oh,
probably people who did.
And by the way, you still get to keep the ones you currently have. It's not like they're taking those away from you. And let's also be honest, they've been kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel the last couple of months here.
Oh, you think? I have you know that they released Mighty Number 9.
Mighty
I was
Number
gonna say
9.
Monster Hunter.
That's
Monster Hunter number
that
9.
says it all right there. When they're handing you Mighty Number 9 for free, it's like, guys,
Yeah, I
we
think
have
They
they've
should
nothing
be
already-
else.
paying you in
Yes.
that case.
And with the Vita at this point, like I said, they've been mostly having Japanese games on it. At this point,
Yeah,
that's all they're going to
exactly.
be releasing is Japanese games free.
Just for those who didn't who didn't cut up, I was being super facetious.
Oh, no, I know
Can't
that.
imagine any reason for anybody to own a Vita right now. Maybe they say, oh, but you have the indie games. Well, play that on other consoles. It's available on other consoles. I
Yeah.
don't think
It's on
it
the
has any
Switch. So
exclusive.
you're
yeah,
fine.
it's on the Switch, exactly. Get a
Not to
Switch.
mention,
Come
you
on.
have, while I'm not an owner of one, you do have VR titles. And more importantly, I'd like to see them focus a little bit more on those PlayLink titles,
Yeah, that's
which
right.
are
The
really
PlayLink.
freaking cool. They just
the
I
ones
like-
that everybody could,
correct, yeah, you play
I
with your
liked
phone.
that
essentially.
too, though, when that was out for free for a while.
Which one? That's you.
You.
Correct.
Yeah, I like
that was
that.
part of
Yeah.
the
A lot.
free, and that wasn't even part of the lineup. That was out there for like 3-4 months for free. So,
Hey,
so
guy.
yeah, I'm alright with it.
Yeah.
Are you all ready now?
I think I can manage. I think I can learn to forget about the wonder that was the PS Vita. The PS Vita, great. It's
can
a
probably
great
go
piece of
on
machinery.
for an hour
It was
about
just
the
not
PS Vita.
supported whatsoever. Proving once again that it doesn't matter if you have the most powerful whatever, you still need the games to. You hear that, Microsoft? Guys, who of you like Chrono Trigger?
I do.
I do. I
that's-
played it.
I actually have it.
Yeah.
Probably like 2 or 3 copies of it.
2 or 3 copies of it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised
How?
you didn't say truckload.
Oh, I have it. I think if I have it on the Wii, because I had downloaded it when I think it was coming out of the Wii, and then I have it on PlayStation 3,
Ah.
and then I also have it on PlayStation 4, and then of course back in the day,
Oh,
Back
so
in the day
PlayStation
before.
4. I did. Well, what if I told you?
I think it's on PlayStation 4. Well, anyway, go ahead.
What if I told you you guys could also own it on a PC with the high-end graphics, the locked 60 frames per second. Oh, wait a minute. They didn't do any of that with this release on the PC. Chrono Trigger on PC is a perfect example. I'm going to say it's a perfect example of how not to port a freaking game.
So explain why, because I've seen pictures, but
Here's the thing. So Chrono Trigger, it's a beloved SquareSoft title. This is a game that I feel bad for missing out I have tried to get on and play and play it on on emulation, but I was playing it emulated, and not, a lot of things weren't working as I would have hoped for, or at least back when I tried it. But I could see that it was, it was gonna be, it was really good, and a lot of people love this game, and there have been, of all games that could be remade. My God, it would be amazing to have a remake of Chrono Trigger, a proper one, but no. That game was released at some point on everything, just like you were saying. I saw probably even the PS Vita, if I had to guess. It was released on mobile, and then they took the mobile version and they just slapped it on the PC without any remorse. This was not even announced, not even a fanfare, nothing. It's just like one day I was going through the news and, oh, wait a minute, Chrono Trigger is on Steam? Are you shitting me? And I was very excited. And then I started looking at the reviews on Steam, like panning it, like mostly negative. It says mostly negative. All of them. So
what is their problem? I'm sorry.
So
other than the fact that they basically
it's a mobile
just ported
port.
the
It's
mobile
literally a mobile port. So
was the mobile port a different version of the game?
No. It was.
I mean, it's the game, but just on mobile, really.
When they
So
tend
what
to
you're saying is
do
you
bad
have to use
mobile
a touch
ports,
screen?
what they do is
No.
you could tell. Well, you could tell that the font, even the font layout, is designed for small screens. So you have the big ugly font. That it's not supposed to have. Like here, there is a screenshot that I'm showing him right now, so just so he could get an idea. It almost looks like you're meant to touch that, but no. Because he's on PC, the graphic has some weird filtering that makes it look ugly instead of because pixel art could be beautiful, and of course
extremely.
that game is already pixelated. It's already pixel based. So why do you have to mess with that? No, they try to spruce up the graphics, and what they do is they mess things up.
They shit the bed, basically.
Yeah. So it wasn't looking good at all. And they have had other ports that are halfway decent. I believe the port of Final Fantasy VI was not bad actually, and Final Fantasy VI is one of the better Final Fantasies. Some might argue the best Final Fantasy out there.
Many do say that.
Yeah. And they are not crazy. So
essentially avoid at all costs.
So yeah, you're not gonna want to get this title on PC.
My little bit of news here. This is the first item I have, and let me be completely honest with you. I don't think anything's going to come from this. This here is a continued smokescreen that's happening. But apparently, President Trump is scheduled to meet with video game industry next week.
With the ESA?
I don't know. They didn't really say who it is.
Well,
I don't know if it's publishers.
If it's video
I don't
game,
know.
likely it's gonna be the ESA because they're the ones that.
So essentially,
for the most part,
the purpose of this is to determine if there is a link, or maybe follow up on the continued failure that is finding any type of link between video games and violent acts. Of course, I call this a smokescreen because the Senate recently announced they're not going to consider any new gun legislation at this time. But no, this made it to the front burner because I guess this is more important, or a way to steer the news off to a different direction.
Because
So-
being diverters. Because video games, bro, that's
It's a source of all evil. Yeah.
You know what? Rock and roll. Also,
Correct.
rock and roll.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Devil worshippers.
And those,
I remember that.
and the nipple gates.
The
All those nipple porn. Porn is also, is damaging the youth.
all right, you're starting to lose your.
No, there was
He
there
is
was
right,
there was a real thing that said, hey, thing with guns, no. That's okay, but porn is bad. And it was like literally, I don't remember. I don't like to talk about the particular news. And
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought this one in here because this one
like I said,
is related to video game.
This
and
is one is related to
this
but
could
it's not-
affect us.
It could. I really don't see anything happen. Like I said, this is just a smokescreen.
Yeah.
2 weeks from now, we will have forgotten about anything gun related, and of course, the video games will be safe the way it was before. So
Focusing more on net neutrality instead.
maybe.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause even
yeah.
that has made it to the back burner. So
Yeah, not
Because
until
net
recently.
neutrality, no, actually, it has come.
It
yeah,
has,
it's-
because people
yeah.
forgot about Forbidden, and it was brought up again recently. And
Well,
then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, that."
yeah, they brought it up and saying, "Hey, man, you remember about net neutrality?
yeah,
That was a
It's
crazy
like,
2
hey,
weeks,
by the way,
right?"
still here.
yeah, net neutrality. What a great country we live in.
Who has the next piece?
Yeah,
Let's see.
I have the next piece because I don't know how to take this news.
Uh-oh.
This could be great, or this could be a complete hoax and nothing happens from it. But freaking Blizzard tweeted,
Freaking Blizzard.
freaking Blizzard. You know what I'm talking about? The guys from Overwatch.
Oh, you don't mean
The
the
ones that
Nor'easter? That's at
Diablo
the
and
North America?
StarCraft and all the other World of Warcraft, of course. All those Blizzard goodness. Hearthstone also. Am I forgetting anything? I probably am.
Overwatch?
I said Overwatch
Oh, you
first.
did? Oh, okay.
So they tweeted a small picture. It might as well be in a GIF file. A Diablo nightlight. And the only thing that happened on this small video, it was a Diablo nightlight, as the little lights that you put on
For
your
kids,
room,
yeah.
for kids. And they will switch it on, and they will switch it off. And they will switch it on, and they will switch it off. So the Switch version is confirmed, guys. Diablo 3 is coming to the Switch. Get excited because this is fantastic. Oh, wait a minute. Is that what it means?
Yeah, pretty much. That
Yeah.
means it's coming out on April 1st.
It's coming out
That's a-
April 1st.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. They announced
the
it.
release date.
Yes,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Be excited for Diablo 3 on the Switch to be released on April 1st.
Also known as April Fools.
They're getting more right. If that is a true thing,
Well-
considering April Fools.
Oh, that would be,
I mean, it's good that they're having more online.
honestly,
Games.
yeah, exactly. I don't see why it would be difficult to bring that to fruition,
Considering
considering
the
that.
way it looks like.
Well, no, there has been no. Well, it looks great. It
Well,
looks
yeah, I
really
know,
good.
but it doesn't look like it.
It-
It's not like
Like a
high
powerhouse, you mean?
Yeah.
It could get it could
can,
get
I
dicey.
know.
It could get crazy. There were PlayStation 3 versions and
Mm-hmm.
Xbox 360 versions of this game originally, and the Switch. My understanding is that it's slightly a bit more powerful than those. So I believe it. I believe that there is
Yeah,
a Switch,
obviously,
a
there's
Switch
something
version,
coming out.
coming, and that would be great to justify the Nintendo's online offering, because so far they're saying, "Oh, pay what is it, $20 a year," which is not a bad price. But then, what am I going to play? Splatoon?
Mario
Really?
Kart.
Sir, I'll have you
Oh,
know,
Mario
Splatoon is
Kart.
fun.
I play Mario Kart already.
Online?
Yeah, one time.
Oh, okay.
Bandcamp. So this game is it doesn't rely, but it's, to my argument, it's a lot more fun to play with multiple people, and I wish that I could play that game on PS4 with someone. I know this is not for everybody. It's a loot game. It is awesome. The fact that it's coming on the Switch has me excited for the potential. Of course, I wouldn't get it on the Switch because I already own 2 versions of it. And double dipping is okay, but triple dipping, come on. But
Oh, we're getting ridiculous.
yes, for those of you Diablo 3 fans, the next season of Diablo begins. It's underway already for PS4 and Xbox One, and it comes with a host of new rewards, and along with many returning seasonal conquests. So you'll be able to earn a new class set in the form of Hedrick's Gift, which you can earn by completing certain chapters of the season journey. I like the idea. I like the fact that every year you have a goal basically to and because of course this game has the main storyline. You beat the main storyline, but then it throws you out into the world, and you are basically getting loot for the purpose of having your character look cool and just for bragging rights. Among those things that you could get by progressing through the season journey, season 13 will give you access to the helm and shoulder slots of the Conqueror set, along with new portraits themes around Imperius. There's also a new pet, which is called the Blaine Bear, which is a lovable looking stuffed animal that just so happens to carry sharp objects and is covered in blood.
Oh,
Who wouldn't love
That's
a teddy
adorable.
bear, a bloody teddy bear?
let's call it Naughty Bear.
Exactly.
Or the Bears and Conquer's Bad Fur Day.
You have to wonder.
Yes.
You have to wonder, why is he covered in blood? Well, you can imagine why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's a possessed teddy
Anybody
bear.
that wants to try that out, season is underway.
Awesome. I might actually.
It has come. It has been. There's some. Every now and then they throw some deals. I'll tell you, just for the the story itself is good. It has a hook. It's also, I mean, it's not the best story of all time, but it's one of those games where you just want to turn your mind off a little bit. Every now and then, that's good to have.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what I'm doing now.
You're just
I mean, it's-
destroying monsters left and right.
Destroy
like Monster
And
monsters.
it's beautiful.
Do quests. Yada yada. Sounds a bit like Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
Kind
I'm
of.
gonna
Yeah,
The grind is real.
The grind is real, Monster Hunter, but I wouldn't shut my mind on that one. You kind of have to be very active on it.
So, I have something a little special.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
So, Overwatch's 27th hero has been announced.
Jesus Christ! They have 27 heroes.
Yes, they do.
Damn.
God, that you know the
Yeah, it's hard
That's
to
a
keep
roster
track.
right there.
yeah. I
Yeah,
told
it is a
we said it
monster.
from the beginning, very early in our shows that game was gonna be supported the crap out of. This is Blizzard.
yeah.
They don't do anything half-ass.
They always support their games.
Yeah,
I mean, look at World of Warcraft.
for better or worse.
So, this new hero has been in the PTR the past few days. And it is Torbjorn's daughter, Bridget.
Bridget That's
Torbjorn.
about
And
time.
if no one knew who Bridget was,
yeah, who the hell's Bridget?
she if you've seen, she's in she was first introduced in Reinhardt's cinematic trailer.
Oh, the short
Oh, okay.
film.
So
I have to watch those again.
Yeah, I do need to. There's a few that I haven't watched.
So the woman
I
next
might
to
need
him,
to
that's
overwatch them.
Torbjorn's daughter.
Okay.
And,
Kill me now.
I knew this was happening.
Yeah. Oh, you knew that it was. Oh, you knew the next character.
It was
Of
a
course.
feeling because when the fans really like a character, usually
They start writing
we thought
fanfic.
it was gonna be the queen from Junkertown. Because you've seen her, but she looks like she's like a mix between Zarya and Reinhardt,
That's
of
coming
it.
next year, though.
possibly.
Yeah.
But then Bridget came along, and we kind of knew.
What type of character is Bridget?
So Bridget, she's in the support class.
Oh, okay, so defensive. Is she a tank?
She's support.
She's a support
Like
tank.
where Mercy is support class.
Wait, so
she's a
she
support.
healed? What does she do?
So her abilities is that she looks like a crusader like Reinhardt. So she has a hammer, a small one, not as big as his, a small one, that is also a flail. You can use to flail.
That's cool, but she is the daughter of Torbjorn.
Yes, the little short
and-
Swedish.
Yeah, the one that builds the towers, but she dresses like Reinhardt. That's like
Because-
identity crisis right there, man.
No, because Reinhardt is her godfather, and she's his squire.
Oh, snap. Okay, nice.
She's a squire.
I
So-
love that. I kind of like that.
Yeah, there is an origin
his
story
Padawan.
out already about her.
There's what?
An origin story out
Oh.
already. So
I thought you said an orgy story about it. I was like, wow, guys,
You
with
had-
the erotic fanfic, you guys don't waste time, man.
he's
Rule 34, everything.
honestly, you might not be wrong there.
No,
So-
no. Stop. I don't want to hear this.
Yeah, so
oh, no. No, I haven't finished the one with Symmetra.
walks out.
Yeah.
Drops mic, walks out.
Because, no, I'm not done here.
No, go ahead.
Because I'm sure people are curious, what does she do?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Considering she's a support character.
Well,
but
yeah,
looks,
is she healing?
Looks
Is
like a
she-
tank.
She looks like
Yeah, she's wearing the Crusader armor. She has her own shield, but it's only a shield that can cover her and maybe anyone who's like right behind her.
so so she is a support character. She supports herself.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
so her weapon is
Somebody has
a hammer, like I mentioned a few seconds ago. It's a hammer, but it's like a flail hammer. So
Yeah.
it's a flail that she can use. And she has a move. Of course, it's an ability that she can with the flail part. It knocks enemies back.
Okay.
her.
So that's handy. Does it knock a lot of people, or just one, or just whoever's in front of you?
Whoever's in front of you.
Oh. Okay. So not much supporting here so far.
No, it is. I'm getting it. So she can heal. She has an ability that can heal. That's 6 seconds. But if the ally has full health, it turns into shield for them.
Oh, okay. I can see how that can very
And
handy.
any successful hit with her rocket flare, which is the name of the weapon, heals her, not only her but any allies that are beside her,
Oh,
like
wow.
near her. And her shield, when she has it up, she has an extra ability for that shield. She can actually bash forward, like kind of like Reinhardt's
Kind of
charge,
like Reinhardt,
but with the shield up, and it can knock and stun people back.
but
We can be
does
really
it just
useful.
does she trains like Reinhardt does all the way to the end, or does he stop when he hits a subject? You know how Reinhardt goes all the way in, and if he misses, he's still going all the way to the war. So he is vulnerable. in that
The way
state.
I played it, from what I've seen, because I've only played like in the training area, it's seen that it can charge until it hits.
Oh, okay.
I have
So
to-
she's
I have
not
to see
a
again.
Reinhardt replacement.
No, definitely. And her alt is called Rally, which she ups her speed and she heals everyone around her.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
So
with that,
almost
I
like a
can-
jack of all trades.
Kind
sort
of,
support
but I can also kind of see why Mercy was nerfed a bit.
to give leeway for this character. I see.
And the whole stunning and all, but what doesn't make sense to me is why she is support until I know the healing, but we do need a defensive hero, honestly.
yeah, that's what
I thought
that's what Gabroto
I
was
thought
saying, too.
that's what we were getting here, but
But I
guess
feel
not.
like the reason why we have it is that our defensive characters are too good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh.
Well, one is a freaking tower of destruction, right? Am I right?
His turrets, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I know. If you guys seen it, Jason has probably said it better than I have on her because he probably played it a lot more. But I do want to see more because since she just came out in the PTR, so they didn't even have any like skins, no customization for it yet.
Oh,
Okay.
so she's very early then.
Yeah, very early. And what was really weird, I don't know if they'll fix it or not, but it felt weird because it's a flail, the flail motion. The way it kind of looked really weird because you see this big hulking woman, and then when you play her and you flail, you see like this itty bitty hand and a flail move in front. I'm like, that's a very weird
Dainty.
animation.
Well, it's in beta, so hopefully
Yeah,
they'll
yeah,
fix
they'll-
that.
they'll-
If it needs to be fixed, who knows?
So
They
I'm
usually have good
waiting because
animation,
I think
for the most part.
even though she's support, I think she's a really good counter to dive comps, which is they use fast characters. Usually the tank they use is Winston, which is the big gorilla. So they want to make it fast, efficient.
Oh, that's good.
Awesome.
I'm going to jump over to some MCU news.
The MCU.
The MCU. For those who don't know, that's Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh.
And if you don't know,
I thought it was
the
Marvel
hell you
Cinematic
been?
Universe.
So, first off, there has been an update to the highly anticipated Avengers Infinity War film. It actually has been pushed up sooner. So, it will be released now on April 27th.
Ah, damn it! So I hate when they do. So they're delaying the movie. So wait, no. did you say move sooner?
Yes.
As in, we're going to have it a lot more closer now?
A lot more closer now.
Oh,
Yes,
snappity
sir.
snap.
There was something that I read up on that has something to do with. Obviously, Disney has a lot of films coming out and all this. They're trying to just
don't
align
say.
it. Yeah. However, they didn't really care too much about Deadpool, which is coming out like 2 weeks later.
But Solo.
But Solo, yes, that is.
They
That's
don't want to
very
get in
important.
they don't want to get in the middle of Solo because Solo.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So here is the updated timeline here for the remaining phase, phase 3 movies, I guess we're in now. Phase 3. So you have the Infinity War, which will be on April 27th of this year.
April 27. That's around the corner, bro.
It is.
That is around the corner.
Only, I would say about 2.5 months later, July 6th, Ant-Man and the Wasp will come out, which makes the third Marvel film for the year, thank Black Panther. And they're all coming out pretty close to each other.
They could push that back, though. They should.
Could. Yeah,
'Cause
but
a lot
I
of
mean, we don't
people
know what's
at
coming
that-
at the end of the year.
Oh, what did you say? July?
July 3rd.
Well, maybe.
July 6th, excuse me. July
May-
6th.
Yeah. Okay. I
But
can see it.
people who do watch a lot of movies, they will see it day one or at least
yeah.
opening weekend.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So
Definitely.
it's not a bad.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure people are
one,
really
Yeah.
excited.
Well, you haven't seen the first one, so you don't have
No,
really
I know.
base
But I'm
comparison.
saying, like, is that.
It's not like Avengers. No, it's not going to do Avengers numbers.
No,
Heck
no.
Heck no.
No Black Panther.
No, Black
either,
Panther
no.
might probably know, 2019, we have March 8th. So basically, almost about a year from now, Captain Marvel will come out.
But you didn't mention Deadpool. When's Deadpool coming?
Deadpool's not part of the MCU.
Oh, that's right. He's not part of the
Sorry,
MCU.
guys. No love for Deadpool. in the MCU.
However, when is Deadpool
mean-
coming?
It's the 14th of April.
Yes.
No, of
No?
May.
Of May.
Yeah, May.
Yeah, okay. So that's the one I'm
one of
excited
the
about.
two
I mean,
months.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. Then
Man, there's gonna
finally,
be a lot of movies.
there is. Yeah, finally, the final major Avenger film. Not that they're never going to come back, but the one that's been planned for years now. May 3rd of next year. Doesn't have a title, but that should mark the end of the primary storyline that began
With the Infinity Stone.
with
the Infinity Stone
the
saga.
Infinity Stone saga.
I
should
said they
probably-
call it Avengers : something.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Infinity War 2 or Infinity War
War-
Continued. It'll be
The Infinity.
maybe they'll call
something.
it Infinity Gauntlet.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't have the same
yeah,
ring to it.
you're
Yeah.
right.
No.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys think it should be called?
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. What do you guys think the last one? Like right now it's untitled. I still say Gauntlet.
No, I don't like Gauntlet. If they go with that, I guess it's fine. I mean, I've heard worse. I mean, there's a movie coming called Solo.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The fuck is that about?
What the fuck? Well, it's about young Han Solo and his mysterious adventure. No, anyway, Sega. Sega. You guys know that I like the Yakuza series,
Yes.
and
Maybe a little too much.
maybe a little too much. It's a great series. If you care for really good storytelling, like really good, and then a lot of punching people in the face, this series has it all. So, except for great graphics, they were okay graphics. But apparently, the graphics on the newest one, Yakuza 6, it's up to par.
It's legit?
So yeah,
Okay.
it's legit. So if you guys want to try it out, there is a demo available right now that you guys could download and oh no, wait. They actually have to pull the demo out. So there's no demo because people figure out
How
to
long did that demo last for
accidentally-
before they cut it up?
I think
it was a few days it was out. Yeah.
I was going to say. it
Okay,
couldn't be
so
that long.
for a good someone who grinds a lot, someone could have finished that game in those few days.
Well,
and streamed it too.
the beautiful thing, by the way, thank you guys for jumping directly into the meat of the news without me finishing saying what the news is about. I know you guys are very eager, but if you guys will let me talk about what's happening.
Apologies.
So,
you were doing way too much setup.
well, yeah, you got to put this thing. So apparently someone figured out a way to release to get to the full game from the demo because, of course, who's releases a demo which is like 30 something gigabytes? You know that you got the full game over there.
Yeah.
And I was liking what they were doing with it. The fact that they say, hey, you can play the demo, you can take your time because your progress will carry out to the full game if you buy it.
Correct.
You don't get
If
trophies.
you already had the full game.
And I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It was because you already had the full game. You don't get the trophies on the demo, but I bet if you unlock the full game, then it'll probably like go
I
crazy.
hope it
again.
would ping. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because you play for trophies.
Let's be
Otherwise,
real. Let's be real.
life without trophies.
There is
it's
some
nonsense.
trophies that have aired out and don't ping. And while I'm not a trophy hunter, I can relate
Yeah.
to not getting something you've earned. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, we were paid bonuses on our job this week, or not? Well, next week. I could talk about that maybe.
Sure,
Yeah.
I guess.
Anyway, they figured out basically a way to break into
To
the game, and
basically hack the
sadly,
game,
yeah, they had to take it out. Kudos for anybody that was able to play the entire thing, though.
Yeah, I know.
Because
And
otherwise,
stream it.
you still have to wait. We'll still have to wait a while. I believe that game's not supposed to be out until April 17th.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, my last piece, since you kind of forgot about it,
What?
is Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Apparently, some Switch users have been noticing something a little different. It looks like the Switch would delete their playtime data after a year old.
Oh,
my God.
No!
It's the Switch version of Y2K.
They can't even do. They can't even do that right. They don't have. They
Data
don't have
management, right,
trophies, or they don't have.
Yeah,
yeah.
it seems like after the Switch has turned a year, it would erase,
My God,
a year's
how-
worth of
how-
play.
How would you? I don't know. How would you? How do you not see that? I mean, I don't know programming. Don't get me wrong. I have no knowledge of how programming works as far as computers go. But
Playtime
Gilberto,
data.
you know what we're talking about here. How the hell do they allow that to happen?
Well, somebody forgot to
Nintendo.
program the zero.
Who the Zero?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
The program at zero, and
Yeah,
when
the
the clock
playtime
hit
data.
2018, it kind of created a Y2K situation.
A Y2K situation,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
My
So,
goodness.
as of very recent, before we started recording, there's an update on it.
Okay.
So apparently, Nintendo America said that the play data is currently displaying incorrectly for some users, and said that some Nintendo Switch owners play activity information is displaying incorrectly. They said they're aware of the issue and expect more information to share in the future.
Oh, okay. So they're aware they don't have actually anything to go
Well,
on just
once
yet.
when something's posted online, it goes viral
Oh no,
and
definitely.
they get noticed.
Definitely. They my gosh. I don't know, dude. I mean, that's an epic
I mean,
fail. right there, dude.
it's a Nintendo-like solution.
Ugh,
I mean, at least
that's
it's
an
not
epic
like
fail.
actual your whole game's gone. It's just a playtime.
No, exactly.
But
And-
people like to look at that just to track
well, they
how
have
many hours
they
they're
they
playing.
have the biggest time waster.
I like that.
that was Legend of Zelda.
I actually-
and I mean that in the good sense. That you like to know. Oh, I have spent over 256 hours in this world, and suddenly it just erases to zero.
You know,
Kinda like, why do you
that's
do
the-
that? It's not
that's
the word.
one of the
It's not
few
the end of the
things.
world, but why?
That is one of the few things that I like about their consoles, because even the 3DS would show that that your playtime, because on like the PS4 and Xbox, it doesn't actually show how many your playtime. You would have to go onto the game if it has a save,
If it's safe,
and it'll show it. But some games don't
do that. Yeah.
do that, and
Unfortunately.
you would have to guess how many hours. But it's also a good thing, because then when you see how many hours you play in a game, you're like, I could put that to something else.
Oh, not me.
Not if
I
you're
I
enjoying
want to
it.
know exactly how much time I'm
Yeah,
Yeah,
wasting.
I know, Mr. The Witcher for 300.
Yeah, buddy.
I'll have The Witcher for 300.
Okay,
True
that
bet.
is who is Siri. Wait, I'm supposed to give you the answer. Can you tell me the question? Okay.
Give you, yeah,
All
give
right.
you the.
My last piece here.
You don't know how to play Wheel of Fortune.
Keeping it, keeping it on the movie front, guys. Switching it over to DC. Unfortunately, there has been a director who left the project.
What project?
Yes, there was going to be a Batgirl film, and it was going to be headed up by Joss Whedon. Yes, big name. One who obviously brought us most of the Avengers, the beginning Avengers and all that stuff. Unfortunately,
Batgirl, you say, huh?
he left the project. It was announced last March, believe it or not. And this March, he says, "Oh, unfortunately, I didn't really have a story."
So
you might want to read some comics.
did they find
There's some-
director?
That's what I'm saying. No, what he was saying is like, Batgirl has plenty of stories available to mine from.
There's probably not a lot of good ones.
However, it's not like DC and Warner Brothers has really been using any good stories. So you could have just paste together anything. It would have been fun.
Everybody in filmmaking, in superhero filmmaking, should know that the proper way to make a proper Batgirl movie is you start by hiring the actor Halle Berry, and have Halle Berry play Batgirl.
Okay,
But
sure.
she played Catwoman. But okay.
That's what it went. And you saw how the story for that one went.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
I wonder if was this going to be part of the DCU? Because if that's the case, Batman is already old. Robin has already died. Spoilers here for Batman versus Superman. He's already, so it's like, is she going to be an old Batgirl? I mean, she's Batwoman
Like
at this point. You know what I mean?
before,
Yeah.
So I mean,
everything.
either that or it's going to be an
Batmilf.
origin story. Then it's like, okay, who cares about this? Yeah.
Yeah, at
That's,
that point, you're gonna have to like fabricate some sort of story to make it interesting.
I think he made the good call and say, you know what, the hell are you, Warner Brothers? You guys don't know
We
what
don't
you're
need
doing.
to have a story about every superhero.
Exactly.
I mean, they want to do one
And the tights
of,
that they wear.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they want to do one of Black Cat and what's his face
Yeah.
called Silver and Black.
Yeah.
I don't know this.
You guys
That's all
feel
I
I
like...
know it was Black Cat that was there.
Yeah, that's all you have?
That's all I got.
Yeah.
You guys feel like taking a break, get a refill?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Let's take a break.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's what you've been waiting for. Angel Attack! Ready? Fire!
Hello, everyone over there. The Mouthful Podcast is the one, the only Chaos Raper. And I'm here to tell you like I see it, and we're talking about the hot topic of the week, which is more loot boxes. Except this time the SRB rating is going to put a label on video games that contains microtransactions, in which obviously loot boxes are included. I mean, it's a step in the right direction, but this is like the tiniest of steps in the right direction. I mean, all games on the Apple Store, on the Android, they all have not the warning, but it does say that there's like in-game purchases, meaning microtransactions and or loot boxes. So honestly, I don't think it's gonna change much. It doesn't mean much. It's not gonna avoid them. It's not gonna prevent people from buying said games or preventing them from buying the loot boxes or whatever the hell they're selling in the in-game transactions. It's an extremely minor move. Again, it's not gonna fix anything. There has to be a control of what loot boxes are in video games. I understand that people keep saying it's a form of gambling, which to a point I understand. But if you want to look at the origins of loot boxes, we can go back as far as those baseball card packs, And it was also actually EA who started the apparently loot box thing at some point with their FIFA. Wait, they have two soccer franchises. I think it's like Ultimate Soccer or some shit like that. I think that's where it actually started. So this is not going anywhere. I just hope that it's better handled. Again, my best example is how Blizzard does it with just skins and cosmetics. I don't mind cosmetics, but when you tack on like gear and stuff like that, to me, then it's a problem. But that's something that we've covered before, so yeah, those are my 2 cents for this topic. You guys have a good weekend. Enjoy your time off. GG.
Round over.
And now it's time for the hot topic of the week.
Hot topic of the week.
Hot topic.
Yes. Arnaldo, Mr. Martin, Mr. Mad Dog, sir. I believe you have wrote a
Quite the
thesis.
titles.
The third.
A thesis?
Actually, you are the third. My bad. You are really the third.
Yes.
That's right.
That is true. Yes.
That's right. That's right.
There are two
So
other
it,
mad dogs out there.
There are
It
two other
fits
mad
in,
dogs,
it's perfect.
and they are very rabid. Let me tell you. Oh God.
Yes.
So no, hot topic of the week. It might feel like going back into the well a little bit, but there has been some recent development on the loot box crate.
Yes.
Crates.
Loot crate,
The loot crate
controversy.
Controversy.
Controversy?
Exactly. That's what we like
Yes.
to call it here.
And not Loot Crate Company.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Poor
exactly.
Loot Crate. They're probably like, damn these
Yeah.
guys.
But if you guys want to sponsor us, I'm
It's-
sure we
it's
have
like,
a good blurb to insert
How do
right
they
here.
know? How do they know
How
what
do
we
they
were
know?
doing?
They started it all, I say.
I swear to God, I probably saw like a huge dip in sales. Like, screw these Loot Crates.
I know, right? What,
Oh
what
my
do
God.
we do?
I know. They're like, what?
It's
You're
time-
getting what you pay for here.
let's
Oh, man. All right.
call him patch. Let's call him DLC.
That's cool. Yeah, exactly. So loot box controversy. I wanted to do real quick because I'm not sure if many people know, but loot boxes are fairly recent. But at the same time, I want to just kind of go into a little history as to where it kind of all started and how it essentially snowballed into what it is now as far as the gaming industry. So we'll start back in the
Take it back.
the wonderful year of 2007.
Oh, that was a
Yes.
great year. Let me tell you. Half-Life 2? No, that was 2004. No, Half-Life 2, Metal Gear Solid. I don't even know why. I heard 2007 was great. I'm going to look up why.
2007. Okay.
He's gonna,
While you're looking that up,
Look up all the games in 2007.
yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
Biggest games of 2007. I bet you're not going to find this one unless you look at, well, spoilers on this. The very first known instance of a loot box system is believed to be the Chinese free-to-play game called Z. Yes. As a 2007 gave us
That's it.
Bioshock.
It's Bioshock. Half-Life, the Orange Box, Portal 2, Uncharted, thank you very much. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, Mass Effect, Mario Galaxy. Do I need to continue?
No, not
And
at all.
a little title, a little indie game title that came up, new to the series, I believe it was called The Witcher.
The Witcher. The
Man,
Witcher.
2007 might as well be the best year ever.
You know what's funny is
It
that
might as well be.
yeah.
I've always wanted to play The Witcher, even when it first came
The
out.
first one?
The first one?
I just never had the PC to run it until now.
All right, sorry, we diverged. And
No,
Anyways, I just wanted to
Something
mention
else
that.
that while it gave birth to all those games, it also gave birth to the very first loot box system. Again, first one that ever comes up with it is a Chinese free-to-play game called ZT Online, or Zengtu. Essentially, it was this is a game that took place particularly in China, of course. Asian countries don't have, gamers don't really have a lot of money to spend on titles, so they go to a lot of internet cafes and stuff like that and play games for free. Well, ZT Online took this approach to introduce loot boxes, and this pretty much spiked their monetization. Within the first year, Zen2 Network reported monthly revenues of $15 million
Oh, snap. Wow.
from a free-to-play game. So essentially, it completely justified the
Yeah,
The
it's
loot box,
cemented.
yeah.
Yeah. But I don't feel, I feel for them, because 2007 seems like very early for us to be showing the effects of loot boxes.
Oh, no. This is
Yeah.
essentially where it started. Next major piece in time is 2009. And in the western regions of North America and Europe, the video game industry saw the success of Zynga. Do you remember Zynga and the
Oh, yeah.
social network games that they used to bring to Facebook?
Yeah. And Make Us Farmville. If I'm not
Correct.
mistaken. Yeah.
That's right. So these
When
games
everyone
started
got
to.
upset about Farmville too.
Yeah.
I never played Farmville 2.
Oh no, the Farmville invites.
The invite.
My bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Sorry about
These
that.
games introduce little microtransactions to accelerate one's progress through the game, providing publishers a nice little revenue stream.
I remember the big craze of Farmville. I didn't know that it particularly had
Microtransactions?
the loot boxing. The loot boxing.
Well, this is microtransaction. The loot boxes, not yet.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
This is the first. This is jumping off of what they've seen because now
Yeah.
mobile's also starting to introduce loot boxes around the stuff.
I almost want to say I feel this is me without I haven't done too much research on it, that this whole loot box craze developed in a mobile game, and then that model got adopted by
everybody else.
By
yeah.
everybody
They're
else,
trying to
yeah.
bring it in. So here,
You tell me if I'm wrong.
2000. Yeah, we'll see. 2010. The first appearances of loot boxes in these regions, North America and Europe, show up with Team Fortress 2, September 2010.
Yes, the
When-
freaking hats.
Correct. When Valve Corporation transitioned the game from a pay once to a free to play title, and they added random crates to be opened with a purchased key.
Yeah.
Also that year, FIFA series, which of course comes from the big name EA, included their FIFA Ultimate Team mode, which allowed players to get trading cards to build their teams. So this is where this is essentially the beginning of seeing these type of things on the console market here.
And wasn't that
the
also
Chinese did it
bringing-
and it was good for them.
Yes.
But don't forget, this is also the beginning of the DLC era too.
DLC was yes, right around this
just
time
starting-
with all the consoles making it
Thank
into
you, Microsoft.
So microtransactions in
Thank you
general,
for the
really.
360 and the DLC machine and for horse armors.
And for horse armor, yes.
Yeah.
On 2011, this is where
Dreaded
MMOs.
horse armors.
Yeah, did you remember? What was it like $5 something like that? It was crazy.
Something ridiculous for something ridiculous.
It was something ridiculous, exactly.
Yeah. So 2011, MMOs and MOBAs transitioned into free-to-play business models.
Yeah.
And this here added the loot box monetization, and you saw these come into fruition with Star Trek Online and the Lord of the Rings Online.
My God, Star Trek Online. I bought a lifetime. This is Star Trek.
Sucker! No.
This is Star Trek. This is Star Trek. So I was already ecstatic to the fact that there was an MMO based on Star Trek. I bought a lifetime subscription for the ungodly amount. I think it was like $299,
What?
something crazy like
Are
that.
you fucking serious?
Yeah, I
Jesus
want to say
Christ.
it was some crazy
Sir,
amount like
I
that.
blame you. You
And
were
then
one
it
of
went
those
free to
early
play.
whales.
And then it went free to play. and then, but you guys, because free to play, you can still pay for a monthly, to get some like goodies,
Goodies,
and a monthly stipend of certain, well, I almost got that stipend guaranteed for life. And then I forgot my login for it and I was never able to recuperate. So yeah, good going, David.
Good going, David, indeed. Following year, 2012, EA took the successful Mass Effect
Oh,
3.
that's patient zero right there.
Patient Zero, yes.
At that point,
Patient Zero.
yeah, at that point, that's when it went downhill.
Exactly. EA took Mass Effect 3, which is considered the first packaged game to offer a form of loot box, in its launch. Mass Effect offered packs.
Didn't, Mass Effect also had when they first started doing multiplayer.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
They
offered
found
packs
a way.
that would offer gear otherwise obtainable by grinding through the online gameplay as a means to offset the cost of running multiplayer services.
Or so they say,
or
because
so they're
apparently
saying, yeah.
they can't handle running a server with a
Server
$60
loads.
game.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. It's like
Following
very-
that, 2013, 2014, you have Counter-Strike Global Offense adds weapon cases. Battlefield 4 adds battle packs, which did not become purchasable until technically 2014. 2016, with the financial success of Overwatch and its loot box system.
damn you, Overwatch.
Several games.
Now those were like literally those were the loot boxes. I feel like that's where loot boxes became accepted.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because Gears of War 4
They were
had
also done right, though.
loot
Gears of War
boxes.
4, yeah, it had
Also
them,
had
yeah.
loot boxes. Of course, you paid those. You can
Oh, yeah,
earn.
I was
but
actually
you can
gonna say
also
that.
be paid.
And you were right. It was
But I think
was-
people accepted it more in Overwatch.
it- because it was done right. Like you were saying, it was some might argue,
Somewhat,
but
yeah.
but it was everything was cosmetic.
But the only time they would
And
ever
not gameplay
get
effective.
sorry for interrupting, but the only time they would ever get like bought a lot was during new events.
New
But
events.
that was it.
Yeah. Well, it was the success of Overwatch that led to, like you said, Gears of War 4, Call of Duty, Halo 5 Guardians, Battlefield,
Yes.
League of Legends, Paragon, and FIFA 17.
In other words, within the last year.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the
Well,
success
last year-
of the success of 2016's Overwatch is what led to 2017's
I feel like
onslaught, basically.
Yeah, that last year was when it just that bubble burst and suddenly
It didn't burst.
no, in the sense that what I meant to say is like in the sense that that thing exploded
Yes,
to the
it
point
definitely
where.
exploded, yeah.
To the point where everybody and their mother had a loot box thing, and we had games that were more driven by the loot boxes than by the actual gameplay.
the gameplay, yeah.
Battlefront 2. I'm looking straight at you.
Yeah, I was just going to say, by late 2017, a large number of AAA games like Middle Earth, Shadow of War, Forza Motorsport 7, NBA 2K18,
Yeah.
all had different versions of loot box systems.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you guys something. Do you guys remember seeing anything loot box related in Overwatch when we played the beta?
In Overwatch?
When we played
Yes, absolutely.
beta?
I remember.
I think I was more in tune with gameplay than the whole loot box thing.
I remember
But
seeing it.
this isn't the first Blizzard game to have anything loot box related.
No, I mean
not at
Diablo
all.
3.
I
you
just
might
mentioned a
argue
few
that.
of them that
Yeah.
had it before.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hearthstone
Yeah.
with the
and
compacts.
Hearthstone. But the thing is, that's where if that was the first vestiges of when it started to feel abusive.
I don't think Overwatch is abusive. I think that was the first time that it showed this is a successful model.
Yeah, right.
Because everybody's playing Overwatch. Everybody at that time early on was obsessed with Overwatch.
Yeah.
And they are buying up loot boxes, and even the loot box, even though you're not getting anything that's altering the gameplay, people are like, no, I want to trick my character out. You know what I mean? So
And some might say,
or Overwatch is like kind of like a collector's dream and nightmare. Because, like I said, with events, like if you get skins that come out throughout the year, just regular, that don't matter. You can get them anytime. But events, you're like, I have to
not
wait a
time to
whole
get it.
year to
Correct,
get
yeah.
it. So
I
you
want it, I
want
gotta go get it now.
everything, but you get also upset if you can't get it. Like I did, pay like 50 loot boxes. That was one time though.
50 loot boxes.
Yeah, one time.
That's fine.
Just all right. Most of it was coins, but you
sure
know what? I
you're
spent
not
those
the only
coins.
one.
Of course not, but it was just the one time because I'm like,
you're
what?
just supporting the game.
I'm not going
a
to-
game that you have.
Yes, exporting it.
Played
And
a
not only
lot.
that, also know it was towards the end of the event. I'm like, I'm not gonna continue playing this.
Yeah.
So let me just do it, see if I can get what I want or enough coins to get what I want,
Yeah.
and then just stop playing it.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
what I did.
Yeah, I feel I don't mean like Overwatch was abusive, but that was the door that led
to the abuse.
That led to the abuse of because then we all know the story.
In other words-
and then came EA and they reunited and wonder, hey, what if we could apply this towards pay to win?
Correct. They took it
items?
one step, or
On the-
one can say several
Into the
steps
dark
too far.
side.
Yeah.
In other words, loot boxing gone wrong.
And then Warner Brothers was like, "What if we could apply it for single player games?" Yeah, because that makes sense. That don't matter. That makes no sense. Don't worry.
People
These
hate
gamers
this.
will eat anything.
It's like, oh, single players got loot boxes anyway. Let's make it so you can have to pay for them.
yeah, exactly. Let's alter the game so it's ridiculously hard to grind, and that will force the players to be like, "Oh, okay, that's fine. I'll pay you the $3, the $5."
And the sad part about this is that people will do that because people Honestly, I think that when it comes with the whole microtransaction loot box, people forgot how to grind.
Yeah, and some might say that these are companies taking advantage of the addictive nature of what is essentially a gambling mechanic,
You know, I was
and preying upon the weakness of a lot of people. Now, you and I might say, "Oh well, I'm not gonna buy these things." Other people might say, "Well, just this once."
don't forget about.
I can definitely. Yeah, I can definitely say that I've said that a million times. I'm not going to spend anything on this loot boxes, and then you know what? I'll just buy one. You know what? I'll buy another. Set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
It's like I'm not satisfied with the first one.
correct.
Yeah.
Maybe I picked it wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go for the green one, not the red
But
one.
we are missing the biggest thing here. You have a lot of adults to play games, but you also have a lot of kids and teenagers. And with kids and teenagers, you have their parents' card information on their system.
Yeah.
And, with that ask, and they'd be like, doot,
That's
doot,
yep. That's exactly what led to some outside interference, which started in same year of
Battlefront.
Battlefront.
2, who knew?
China's Ministry of Culture institutes some new rules in May of 2017. The government forced publishers to post a probability of all virtual items, props, services available in loot box, along with recent results on the game's official website. So that's the first stroke that happened there, which should have been a little bit of flag because that was in May, and still.
And
We still had more to come shortly after
Yeah.
that. But I guess they said, that's China.
Yeah.
China's China. They're communists after all.
Wow.
2018, Washington State Senator introduced a bill that would require the state's gambling commission to determine that loot boxes are in fact gambling and suggests to regulate them across all gaming.
All gaming.
Then Hawaii, shortly after that, state legislators introduced 2 pairs of bills, 4 bills total, to seek to prohibit the sale of any games that include loot boxes that can be purchased with real money to anyone under the age of 21.
I hate to admit this, but I will back something like that.
The loot boxes? on the age of 21?
If yeah.
If done right, yeah.
Honestly?
Really, because, it's nice too, but I don't want gaming to become like a casino. I don't.
It's funny you say
I
that,
just
yeah.
want to enjoy it. I just want to join a game without
Honestly,
having
it's a game
to
about
feel like I
casinos.
need to spend something.
Which no kid should be playing anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's funny you mentioned that. If you ever notice how much fanfare is put in when you open a loot box,
Oh yeah,
it's
meant to
really meant to make it sound like, hey, look what you just got. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
No,
Yeah.
and it's meant to activate the dopamine.
yeah.
You know what I hate the most though is that in Overwatch, when you open the loot box, you see, I think it's 4 or 5 coins. You see them come up, but each base of the coin had different colors. Like common is like white or gray. Uncommon is blue. Then you have your epic, which
Yeah,
are
like your-
purple, and your legendary, which costs like 3,000 coins, are gold. So when you see a gold pop up, you're like getting all excited.
And then it's a fucking
and then
sticker.
then it's something you already have.
Yeah.
Hear that?
a
Or it's something you didn't have, but it's not what you wanted.
It's not what
It's
you
a
want.
character you don't make.
Yeah, exactly. I never play as Anna.
Who
Who
does?
does use Anna anyway?
I still want her pirate skin though from Halloween.
Even though she doesn't use Anna. I'm just kidding.
Occasionally, I have her
Occasionally.
owl one on. Aw.
The final piece on the timeline actually takes us to very recently, as recent as this week that just ended. The ESRB finally made a move. Questionable as to if this was a meaningful move, but a move nonetheless.
It's baby steps. We're talking about baby steps
Yes.
over here.
The ESRB will begin adding in-game purchase labels to box games that will have any sort of in-game purchases, including loot boxes. So basically,
There should be like the general surgeon's warning.
Exactly.
I feel like.
That's what it is. But
But
unfortunately,
who
it's going to be
reads
on
that?
every game.
On every
Who
game.
reads that though? That's
Yeah.
the
No
thing.
one does. No one reads. Did you read the ESRB? I usually used to look for the M because I said I never let Nick play an M-rated title till
Yeah, I
much
remember
later.
that.
Yeah.
And so that's the only thing I was looking for. I didn't look for specifics like,
No.
oh well, this is M because of
Oh,
this,
wait a
this,
minute.
that.
This
Yeah.
is this
The only
is
time I ever like read them is like if I'm waiting in line or I'm looking at it and I just read what's there because I'm bored. So I'm just like, all right, let me look at it. But besides putting it on the packaging itself, like they should do what GameStop's already doing. Because if you're a parent and you bring an M-rated game, they will tell you, no, this is M-rated. Da, 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 da.
Oh, I think I've seen that. I literally was in a GameStop when it happened, and
Yeah,
it did not stop the parent. No, that's fine.
that's fine.
And
Yeah.
it was I think it was, I'm not mistaken, I think it was Grand Theft Auto, and it was 5 when it first came out,
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5. And the girl, props to her, man, because she just listed it. This has this prostitution, there's this. You can kill a prostitute, you can do this. I mean, it was all. I was like,
Because you do
Damn.
know
The game didn't. You didn't want to sell it to the kid.
yeah. And he was like,
Because you want to sell it to the kid.
Well, also because they do play some of those games, and I know I had Grand Theft Auto. I bought it day one, and my brother wanted to play it. My younger one, he's not young anymore, and he wanted to play it for the longest time. I'm like, no, because and I told my mom like it has a lot more nudity than the last game, a lot more. I'm like, it has this, and this, and she's like, no, just let him play it. I'm like.
there you go.
But you know what? I didn't let him play it even after I told him that for a few months, and then I let him play it.
I remember.
I believe I will be in favor of restricting loot boxing games to 21 and older.
21 over.
Yeah. And I know people.
Loot boxing games that specifically
The specific
have.
guys
Loot boxes.
Loot box. Yeah,
boxes,
it could be Star Wars. I don't care. You put a loot box there, you just M-rated your game out.
Correct.
I feel it should be
'Cause
like that.
Because at that point, one, it's a choice,
It's
and
Well, it will
it's-
restrict the kid from getting a Star Wars
yeah,
game.
yeah,
which
and then it's
will-
up to the parent. If
Yeah.
the parent wants to get it, that's fine.
and spend money on it.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you guys from this ESRB thing that they did. Does this feel like a literal Band-Aid being put on the problem?
I can see it as a little bit more than that. I mean, it is. I'm glad they're doing it. Honestly, we can sit back and look at this as like, oh, well, you just did the bare minimum. But no, this is, as always, this is a start, and it's definitely better than what we have, which is nothing right now. I believe the conversation should continue. I believe those. I mean, because what else can we really do? We can't just put M-rated game. I mean, we could, but that would be like extreme. Put M-rated games behind a curtain, like the old,
Like
video
the old
club.
nudie video club.
Exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. We're not gonna just cover the cover,
or do what FYE does.
and we
Put
not
put the plastic
In front of
with the
it.
in front
plastic.
of it.
Yeah, we can't be so restrictive. So, but if we're informing the parents, hey, this have, but the problem is it has to have the correct language. You can't say this have loot boxes because that doesn't mean anything to the parent. It's gonna be like, okay,
like, what's
whatever.
loot boxes?
If they say, if they use the right language, if they say what it is, which is basically gambling, a method of gambling, and people argue is gambling, is not gambling.
No,
whatever.
no.
But what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
there should be. You cannot say just loot boxes because that means nothing
Correct.
to the parent.
The reason I was shaking my head, for the record, I wasn't shaking my head that I was. Reason I was just saying is that will be fought against because the
Yeah.
term gambling
They don't wanna use it, yeah.
is the problem, and no one wants that.
Right.
And clearly, neither does the ESRB, because they kept it pretty vague, or at least a very wide.
Well,
wide
their
net.
interest is always got to be the publishers anyway.
correct. Exactly.
Could they
So-
put like purchasable loot boxes or microtransactions in that box?
This
The problem is
this
that
game
that
have
wording means nothing
in-game
to
in-game
parents.
purchases. in-game purchases.
Or
That
that.
that would be the minimum. That would be the minimum. Yeah,
Is that not already included?
on mobile
No,
games.
Only mobile.
Not even on the other one.
Only
I
on
don't remember
if,
seeing that.
on console or anywhere. It would say online if you're purchasing online, not
Okay.
physical.
But it might say it might be there, but it's not mandatory, so therefore not a lot.
Not everybody's
this movement will make it mandatory for the games that have it. So, but even that, I feel like, I mean, that would be good. Honestly, we can't ask for that because just like you said, we can't really say this game has gambling because they're not gonna go for that. You know, even though, hey, it is what it is.
However,
but
if governments get involved, they may have no choice.
they may,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But a question that I'm going to spawn off from what Shadow said here. If they start labeling these titles in stores with this, which most likely will be viewed as often as the ESRB rating is viewed,
Yeah. Which is almost
which is
never.
probably never because it's in the back.
Or they put it like paste it right in front of the cover.
Well, yeah, let's say it's right near the title. Oh, this is God of
I'm
War.
sure-
Oh, that's because the sticker's in front of it. It's actually God of War.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for digital titles?
These titles have their ESRB rating
Yeah, but
on their screen.
if the
also-
kid's buying the digital title,
Well, but
who's the warning going to is what I'm saying.
at that point, I mean, now it's your fault. Now, honestly, because here's the thing: with a digital title, you have to know what your kid is buying. You can't just,
Yeah.
Daddy, I want that game. Oh, here, let me give you my credit card and just go nuts. I mean, I'm sure there's some part like that, and that's the prerogative and whatever. But it's another situation where it's like, well, the most that we can do really is just show on the screen, right, where the buy button is. This game contains in-game purchases, just like it shows on mobile games. This is something that, at the end of the day, the onus has to be put on the parent.
Oh yes, I'm
Yeah.
glad you said that, sir. Before I get to my last my rant, I guess
let me put my
Yeah,
2
rant.
cents in
Oh,
that.
go ahead, shoot.
So with the whole the ESA, right,
ESRB.
ESRB.
bringing in it's kind of a band-aid, but a good band-aid going to the right direction.
A band-aid nonetheless. A step in the I got
But it also shows that, because it's been shown that the only thing who's been really getting involved is government, yada yada, developers. But the ESR,
ESRB.
God, I hate that thing. 'Cause it's like initials. Which one are the initials? So but they're part of the gaming industry. So having them step up, it shows that it's not just a government issue. Like it's been, we kind of stand up on our own. Mm-hmm. We stand up for ourselves.
True.
We gotta fight
And
for your right to gaming.
he is cut off completely. Cut the tap. So
Hey, I'm hosting, lady.
I
I have
like
to control
that.
the buttons. I
honestly,
can
that
cut you
they're-
off.
that they're I'm okay with that. That they're
That they're what?
doing this because, again, to stand up for themselves, stand up for us, instead of having the government control. Because once they regulate everything, they can control all that.
Yeah, they can
We do
definitely
not want that.
Make issues.
We don't want. Oh, you can only play this. Oh, you can only play that. Like they do overseas a bit. Not strictly, but it's kind of there.
Oh, they're strict. They're very strict.
Some countries are.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do feel that like with the whole rating system, I feel like eventually they might just like you have your system that it goes to, but I feel like they also might just categorize the games by rating.
By rating.
I mean that's kind of good, but you also will see where all the kids go to.
Yeah, to the M-rated section.
But that
Every time.
kind of gives
Just like the nudie section.
parent who usually has no clue about gaming to think, okay, there are different ratings to the games. There aren't, and then they'll give them a good clearing of
Hopefully.
E to M because we don't see the adult rating anymore or very
AO?
rarely.
I don't think we ever seen an AO.
An
Leisure.
AO game. You tend to see them on PC because
PC?
that's
I think the only one was probably Laser Suit, Larry.
That was
That was
no.
the-
I think that was still
Grand Theft Auto San
No, that was-
Andreas got a AO rating temporarily
yep.
after hot coffee. Got a hot coffee. Ooh,
the hot
man, that
coffee.
was a
Okay,
good
but
scene.
Laser Suit was an A. It wasn't M rated.
It was Leisure Suit Larry.
That
Was AO?
adult. Yeah.
There was a
It was
version that
adult
was
rated.
AO, but it was for PC, I believe.
Oh,
Because
that's
no
what it is,
console,
yeah.
because no console,
console will
developer
allow,
gonna
yeah.
allow it. Yeah.
So
It could be,
I
you're right.
feel
sadly,
that
sadly, because I feel like there should be a choice. You know.
It is. It's the console manufacturer's choice.
Yeah, exactly.
okay, if you wanted an adult rated game, there are plenty online that you can probably find.
Oh, okay. I'll ask you for a few.
So, one last question before I go into that rant I mentioned there. Everybody keeps mentioning listing the odds. The odds or the ratio of you would actually get something.
Never give me the odds.
Never give me the odds.
No, because then that makes
Would that make a difference?
The what?
No.
This?
Listing the odds. Well,
No.
if you say a loot box and you have let's say it's a legendary,
Oh,
you have a
listing the
one
o-
in one
Yeah,
a 1 in
listing the
10,000
odds of
chance of
getting
getting it.
Yes.
That would help.
Yes, I say it will help because I'm a visual person.
Mm-hmm.
So if I know, for example, if a game is telling me, hey, this game has in-game purchases, and there is, for whatever item you want, there is a 1 in 500,000, odds.
To get
Then I know, like, oh hell no, I'm not even gonna try that
I'm not even
because that
bothered.
is the fundamental problem of this loot boxes. It's the false sense of, oh, I might get it on the next one. Oh, I might get it on the next one. Oh, I might get it on the next one. But if somebody tells you no, man, the odds of getting it's as slim as 21,000 to 1, then you're gonna be like, okay, then I'll keep my $5.
yeah,
Correct.
but not everyone's like that, really, because again, the whole
Well, it also
gambling
depends.
mindset.
Yeah, it would also depends where they put that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, if you go to purchase loot box and right there's the odd, that may stop you.
Or
That would
if-
But I'm pretty
yeah.
sure that would not be where you find it.
Okay,
It's probably not
so are we talking about actually buying the game in general, or if you already bought it? Because if you already bought the game, it could show you in the loot box section of the game where it says, "Oh, you'll
So
get
in game, they would
a
show it in
rating."
game.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do that
that
because
that's
like
interesting.
I hate mentioning Overwatch, but Overwatch is a very prime example for this. But remember, they didn't show their
Their odds.
their odds until like a few months in or so,
Were
and then they
forced
changed.
to?
No, they just kind of like
outside of
peop-
China, I should say.
Of course, a lot of
of China,
people,
yeah.
a lot of people asked. So they showed it, and then remember they also switched the odds too. So I think it was to make it I don't know, harder or easy. I don't remember, but one of those two.
I feel like that's a good idea to research. How is it that they show in China
Yeah, I would like
How-
to. Well,
yeah,
it says
I like
in the game website.
on the game website?
Yeah,
okay,
the game
that,
website where it
that?
has to be shown.
that will be good enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
if
still
this was
feel
my world,
but,
which it is, because I own the world.
I still feel that you should show the odds when you're buying it, but if you already have the game or you bought it anyway and you don't care about the loot box, they still show the odds on the loot box section of the
Where
game.
you would buy it from.
Where
Yeah.
you will get it.
So you would,
see it up front.
know.
Upfront odds.
I mean, that would be super ideal, but
Even gambling doesn't.
it
do that,
is
though.
not expected. Like,
Yeah. If you go to a
casino?
slot machine in a casino, it doesn't tell you, hey, by the way, this quarter has a 1 in 25,000 chance of hitting
No,
anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I
it'll
don't
be-
think
but you
that
can
way.
research
Well,
that information
also-
online.
You can.
So that's why I feel like online that will be okay.
That'll be okay.
Having it on a game that would be super ideal, but
Probably
very
not,
probable.
yeah.
Okay, but also in casinos, they are not computer generated.
Actually, they are computer controlled.
some of
All
them.
the slot machines. I
Well,
mean,
the
not
slot
the card
machine,
machines are.
but
yeah.
you know,
So, my final thought on this, and this is where I guess this may sound a little bit controversial. I think that first off, you know that the main reason why any legislators even got involved was because a lot of people were calling in to their state department saying, "Hey, my son just spent $2,000 on this game,
Yeah.
and no one stopped it anywhere, and he's only 13."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that complaint got moved up. I think the source of this problem stems from something very old. that a lot of people think has gone away, and I think it has not. And that is that people still think games are for kids.
Yeah.
Because they still think games are for kids, they do not do any homework or any investigation as to what is it my kid's playing. The industry has essentially grown with the original gamers. I literally grew. I play Atari. That was my first console, and I grew up with it. Games grew up with me. You have way more M-rated games now than you have of any other type.
Yep.
But parents are not involved. Why? Because, this is a toy.
Yeah.
It's just a game. Who cares? Nothing's real.
Yeah.
That's where I think the majority of the problem comes in. The lady or the people who called to say, hey, my son spent this, why does he have access to why is your card listed on there for him to do any of this? How do you not see, that this money is being spent anyway? Because it's not like it's being 2,000 in a night, although I guess it's possible too. So I think where the main problem of this, the reason why we're all dealing with this situation right now is no one is taking gaming seriously.
Yeah.
And yes, we do, because we've grown up into it.
We know
we've been doing it a long time. Yeah. But no, there's just still a big portion of the world that doesn't take it seriously. And they just said, this is just for kids.
Yeah.
It's just for kids. I don't care what he's doing. At least he's not bothering me.
Yeah.
You know what
I
mean?
agree.
And I think that's where the main problem comes from. It started from that. And now, of course, parents are not involved because they're like, and to be fair, there are parents who don't have, single parents who have, a bunch of kids who it's not easy to do it, to be following everything that they're doing. That said, this is obviously a problem, and you should know that what your kid's into. You know what I
Don't
mean?
forget that I'll let you go in a second. Don't forget that a lot of parents, just so they don't have to deal with their kid, just gives them a tablet or a phone. And a lot of those games have in-app purchases. Especially, and they'll just hit it, and then when you try and refund it, they'll refund it the first time. But if it happens again, they'll be like, "Oh, just log your phone." Or don't let them play with it. But do parents listen? Not really.
Technically, you don't have to refund it the first time either. They do that.
No?
That's a courtesy. But they don't have to.
Oh, yeah. But that's what it is. It's like, you give your kid this, what do you expect if something happened?
Correct, yeah.
Well, let's not forget, I wouldn't necessarily say it's just that. Because that is a ridiculously good point.
It's part of it.
And I agree 1,000%. There is merit to the fact that, hey, parents, you are asking to be educated, but you don't want to educate. You at the end of the day, you don't even care. You're saying, oh, sure, whatever. Yeah. And that's on you. That said, as adults, we also have a responsibility to watch, to watch our impulses. I know you want to keep up with the Johnsons, basically. You have a friend and they got this gear and it's awesome and you want to look as good or you want to look as good as, the other gamers. So you want to take the shortcut. That's what the gaming, publishers and some developers are expecting you to feel like. They are literally tailoring out their games so you will feel that way. Activision has a patent in a way, on some way of pairing you with other gamers that have the gear that will attract you to get the same gear. It's stuff like that. And this is not always kids. This is grown ass old people that are just letting themselves, because they have jobs, they have a little bit of disposable income. And this is not to say, to tell you how you spend your money. You could do as you see fit, but realize that when you're spending thousands of dollars on nothing, because it's basically at the end of the day is nothing. It's digital items are nothing. They're digital. They're you are part of the problem. You're part of the issue. And we have to watch out for ourselves on what we, spend our money with. There's a difference between wanting to support a developer, on a free to play game that you decide to, to try out, and you spend a lot of fun, like Shada just said. And I know that she spent her money on buying the game up front, and she felt like buying, 50 loot boxes, the 50 loot boxes package. But why? Because she spent a shit ton of time on this, on this game and enjoyed it. And I'm willing to bet that she is grateful to the developers and she wouldn't mind, doing that. But there's a large difference between doing that and just going all overboard with loot boxes. And there is a content problem. There is a problem with parenting and education, but also as a grown adult, you have no excuse. There have been some very good comments on this topic, because it is a hot topic actually. Jason Fariello, he says, even if they do added a new label on boxes for loot boxes, it still won't do a damn thing. Look at the normal ESRB rating system. How often do people really pay any mind to it? Not many. So having a label won't do shit. I love his way. Little Timmy wants the new GTA game, but it says it's M-rated for mature, and Little Timmy is only 8 years old. But the game he wants, blah, who cares? Little one wants. Who cares what little one wants? Little Timmy will get it. I think he's talking about the fact that, little Timmy's gonna ask mom, and mom's gonna be like, sure, little Timmy. Yes, if the ESRB ratings systems already has this problem where people don't pay attention to what they are buying for their kids, then how the fuck is labeling a box with another label warning about loot boxes is going to really work? So I think he's being very skeptic about the fact that.
Yeah, I have to.
And I have to
with
feel,
him,
and I have to agree with him. It's like, we already have labels on it. It's almost like, well, how much bigger can we make them then? I mean, what the hell? That's why I said the joke of we should make it as the Attorney General Surgeon, warning.
And the only way to
people don't pay attention to those either. So
I feel like the only way that will fix loot boxes, either let them and we'll deal with it, or go back to, hey, no credit cards, cash only.
Yeah. Well, he said either we get rid of them completely, or let them stay and believe that what we're doing do work, but in the end, it doesn't do shit.
Yep.
Well, and we love his commentary, because he just like Gilberto, he tells it like he
he tells it like it is.
I'm with you, Jason. At the end of the day, the problem is we got parents that the kids want what they want, and they don't even take time to check on it. And I was surprised with your example, Mike Dog, that you saw a perfect example of a kid buying Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is not a kid's game. It is not. I don't care how mature you say your kid is or whatever. I can you know what? I can understand. At 16, the little fucker is driving. So if it's driving and having sex, I mean, let's be real. Yeah, I think it's okay. He's been talking again. This is not parenting 101 like that. But I'm saying, like,
in some European countries, they can drink.
They can drink, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. At that point, it's like, who cares? But 12-year-old does not need to be playing Grand Theft Auto 5. 12-year-old does not need to have access to your credit card. And if it does, and then racks out the amount, then it's on you. But like I was saying, also, grown-ass people, you need to control yourself also, because this is not all about kids. Finally, Chakrod says, and this is it's tough. It says, I'm letting you know that Loot Crate box are not going away. Yeah, you're right, bro.
He is right.
You're right. It's not going away. We just have to. I feel like we have to. It's our responsibility. Ooh, sorry about that. It's our responsibility to stand for the abusive nature ones. Like, I love the fact that even a Star Wars game wasn't able to do as good as they expected to do, because EA went overboard with the abusive nature of loot boxes, which is, when I say the abusive nature is, I mean, they were not pointing a gun to your head, but it's fundamentally changing the game to where if you didn't buy loot boxes, you were not competitive. You know, that's when your game is crap. Any game that has that, out. If you want to have, if you want to be Overwatch and have loot boxes for cosmetics,
yeah.
Then be
fine.
my guest.
Yeah.
Be my guest. Do what you want. I don't have to force myself to buy them, anything like that. But it's a problem, and it's up to us to send. And good job on the fight against Battlefront 2, but it's not over.
No,
it's not over.
Not at all.
Well, guys, I think this was a really strong topic.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
I think we've been having a lot of very heart-to-heart topics.
Yeah. We try to keep it fun. I mean, we talked last time we talked about Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
This time we needed to bring this back because it is something that's happening now. It is affecting, or it has the potential to very much affect our beloved industry, and it is something that we definitely have to keep our minds and our hearts into.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
To make sure. I don't have anything else more to drink, so what do you say?
I'm waiting to see how you handle this. Go ahead.
Oh no! I just want to. I was.
Come on, he's like honestly a proud mama right now.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead.
Final
Keep going.
final thoughts, Mr. Martin.
Not much. I'm not sure if you mentioned this is, by the way, I'm not sure if you said it early on. This is the real episode 97, guys.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is, well, actually, I'm hosting it, so it might not be as real. I might be giving you a Chinese knockoff.
Yes.
Actually, that might be a little racist.
We are planning something for next Saturday.
Oh,
This will be March 10th, I believe. That's what we're going to go to Daytona Arcade Museum.
Daytona, let's go away, let's go away, and let's go away.
Yeah, let's go away. If anyone wants to join, by all means. We don't have any extra time, but I wanted to go check it out. And I'll be joining Mr. Dream Twister, and I'll be bringing Nick with me as well. If anyone wants to join us, like I said, that'll be good. Otherwise, I'm good. Mad Dog signing off.
And Miss Shadows, take us home, please.
Well, I wish I could join you, but next Friday is my birthday, so I'm going to...
Snap. It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday.
Is
We're not gonna be.
appropriate to ask your age?
All right, she said it all.
Never
All right.
mind.
I mean,
She's a shadow. So
if someone asks me
are we
in
not gonna
person,
be in
then yes,
trouble?
I'll tell them.
are we
But
not gonna
no,
be
I
in
won't.
trouble for handing you drinks of merriments here on the podcast? That's what we want to know. We just want to make sure that we're not getting in trouble here, because I might have to erase the evidence here, and none of this happened.
Yes, I am of drinking age.
All right, there you go. There you go.
Well, past that.
Past that.
Oh,
So, I will not be here to record with these gentlemen.
Oh,
Oh,
So-
next week. Okay, no problem. No problem.
you will be
So
missed.
I
She's
will
going to be out
missed.
celebrating.
Yeah, I will be missing you guys.
Oh, I'm sure you will
and
forget about us on your birthday celebration.
Probably. If
Fair
I
enough.
will, remember it.
You have to be with us. You have to be with us for episode 100, though.
Of course.
yes.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
happening, yes.
All right.
Of course. It's just, I'm going to be missing 98.
That's coming around the corners.
It is.
All right, so let's close this joint then. We'll see you guys next week. GG!